Hey man, yeah, no, Gooby. It's like these Caucasoids have really, they really play their game to be 7 steps ahead. Yeah, cause there's one thing our people, nje, as people, we fail to understand is that um, these people have have studied solutions with. The actual solutions are simple. They've studied them and then they've had imposters. So the imposters can come early and introduce the solutions early. Too early, it's like, and people don't see anything wrong with someone coming out and introducing something, or something can be good, but if the timing is wrong, that thing can just be as bad. Because if you check, Pan Africanism was conceived in the 1800s, yeah, well, by African Americans. Then what happened? Politicians in Africa came up, so ANC and all of them, and they became imposters of the solution. So uh, people have been very, especially outside South Africa, people praise Julius Malema, one Africa, Pan Africanism and stuff. and and when you criticize Julius Malema, you seem like a problem winner, because at the time you have nothing to compare with what's better than Julius. That one. Up until now, when you have Ibrahim Traore. The difference between the two, Julius comes out and declares war without first building an army. He declared war on an organized army, ready to strike, very advanced and very in terms of being organized, very advanced. Then when now you are scattered, you're not even at planning level in terms of organizing, but you're already declaring a war. How is that wise? You're talking about what's this? Expropriation of land without compensation. And you are nowhere to even start with. And Akona, even your position is funded by the same people. So these politicians are there put by the same people to make our strategies look like pipe dreams at the end of the day. So when people actually think about it, people had more hope in expropriation of land without compensation the first day they heard about it. But if you look over the years, with the from the time they first heard it until now, do they have more hope or less hope in that concept? People have less hope because they can see that it's not going anywhere, and the opposition has shown itself stronger against the the forces that push the narrative of this solution. So it's strategic, and it's not like our politicians, they study political science and all these things. So it's deliberate. And I tell people, these people come out with these solutions, yeah, this is what we must do, yet with no action or preparedness, they are working for the enemy. Because uh, ever since this thing of land expropriation, white people have benefited from that slogan, and kill the boer, kill the farmer. They've benefited from that entire narrative and the black child is even less uh, in a worse position, because manje in comparison, because before they started singing these things, white people had more fear. If you think about 94, the white men had more fear of black people. They were uncertain because we were fighting and they saw the action. So they imagined how we could, I mean, so much that a lot of them ran off to Australia thinking they're gonna get killed. Do you think any white person today is afraid of black people like that? No. So with more, yep, we've shown over the 30 years since 94 until now, all the noise has made us look even weaker. So than we actually are, because we're actually even stronger than we imagined in 94. So um, So the whole thing is planned. These guys are planted. That's why all these political parties are funded by the white men. Same white man who funds the DA. Same exact people, Rob Hersoff and Rupert, Johan Rupert, all of them, they fund all the same parties. So, um, and it's not a coincidence because they're all working for the same agenda. That is to derail the revolution. So they've made and kill the boer, kill the farmer. The song has actually benefited white people. A white person now can easily, whether it's a benefit, whether you personally view it as a benefit or not, or I view it as a personally as a benefit or not. But the fact that um, the boer can apply for asylum and move to the United States, that's a boost of confidence on their side, not on our side. We've never had any form of boost of confidence from any of these things. It's just from the singing pen. And um, and manje, as time goes, you have more people who are, I mean, look at EFF, it lost support, not because people, uh, not because the EFF changed its position, but people, it's a psychological thing. People might not give you the actual reason. They might come up with their own to try and justify. But the real crux of the matter is that people have grown tired of the singing, kill the boer, and the singing of expropriating land. Even though people want it, they've come to realize that it's probably not a good idea to do that because there might be the repercussions. Because just these little things that the United States has done to just shake nyana, kwachisa nyana, that is part of the art of war because it kills the confidence in the youth. And the youth no longer has that fire to follow the concept. So yeah, it's that is part of the reason why you will see people like Nomza Mambata, going with Bill Gates. It's because they've concluded with, this thing is not gonna work. Expropriate land is not gonna work. Kill the boer is not working because it has resulted in the Boers getting the spotlight and demonstrating that they have alliances. That is a boost of confidence. Yeah, well. So, but the opposite of Julius Malema is actually Ibrahim Traore. The guy never blew a trumpet. He came in. He had been working behind the scenes like David in the Bible. Yeah, well. When he showed up, no one knew him until he slew Goliath. But the working behind the scenes was in silence. It's part of the 10 crack commandments. I'm sure we've discussed this before, obviously, with you about the importance of secrecy. And Biggie in his 10 crack commandments from the 90s, one of the 10 crack commandments is um, never let them know your next move. Don't you know bad boy moves in silence and violence take it from your highness? So it's not that deep. It's not like Julius and all these people don't know these things. They do know. So they are just This is part of the political science to demoralize the masses by bringing out things too early in the wrong order. Sometimes something can be good, but if you put it in the wrong order, it can work against what you are, or supposedly what people perceive you as to be doing. So, this is why people, when people lose hope, they then surrender. So this is part of why I wouldn't blame Bonomza Mumbata and all these people, because they've come to a point where they look at this whole thing and they're like, ANC came, we had hope, it failed. Julius came and gave us hope, it also collapsed. So this thing of giving this false hope, it's similar to, imagine you have a son and then you want to get into boxing, and then the reason why when you play with a child and you're playing fighting, and sometimes a lot of the times you let him win, psychologically you're giving him that boost of confidence, because boost of confidence sometimes becomes very important. It separates two skilled people. One might be skilled and not actually realize how powerful they are because of the boost of confidence that has been removed. So yeah, that is the issue. And when you look at Ibrahim Traore, he becomes the true threat that they actually want to kill him. They never cared to kill. If you ever notice, it's actually a good thing that we have an example in Ibrahim Traore, because people don't get to see what you're talking about until you show them. There is actually, when the real, it's like in the absence of the real thing, the next best thing becomes the real thing to people. So Julius had become that real thing. But now there's Ibrahim Traore, the McCoy, where he's never blown a trumpet. He worked behind the scenes for years as a soldier and never announced his coming. He started striking. So that is that kind of hope you cannot kill, because people have already seen it. They've seen the results. There is no undoing that. Even if you kill the person, it does not kill the hope, because people can see, oh, he went the right. It's just that we need to find our way around the last stage. But what he's done is work. Hence, Ibrahim Traore found his hope in Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara, what he did, regardless of the fact that they ended up killing him, did not kill the hope. He still he became a martyr because he lived forever. And hence Ibrahim Traore came in, his spirit inspired by Thomas Sankara. So that is where he indaba. That's why you should not be surprised when people then but he they what's the word I'm looking for? There's a, it's like they pull back. There's a word I'm looking for. It's just young ballet. They yeah, they retreat. Yeah, they retreat back into the system. It's like it's not working. So let's cooperate.